Hey guys, like Blue25
and 192.34.
With episode 150 of the Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the Thunder Power Megazord, aka the Goraijin from Nippon Sentai Hurricane-Jazz. So now we have the Crimson Insectozord. Now this is actually the first time in Sentai that we actually use beetles. Now the main feature is that it has two little turn guns and you can raise up and down, and it has the wheels. Now the wheels, you can roll them around, but the sad part is that they don't really roll really well with the whole rubber on them. The wheels are nice and actually just looks really cool with it. Also, in order for you, now Crimson Red is also the one that actually stores the power spheres that you put inside.
You can store it in his animal mode or his Megazord mode. It doesn't really interfere with it at all.
So now we have the Navy Beetlezoard. Now this one is Navy Thunder's vehicle. The vehicle is really nice. It looks like more like a beetle, and this one actually kind of reminds you of Cameratic Attack because that's the little claws that it does. The main feature is the claws that you can open and close, just like in the show where it's rolling on the terrain. You can actually
have like the shock absorbers.
So yeah, she can press it down like whatnot, and it rolls really well. This one actually rolls better than Crimson Thunder's. So now we have the Mini Zord. Now the Mini Zord is actually the Zord that can combine both the Thunder power and the Storm Megazord combined. And now the posability for this is that he just moves the arm a bit.
Yeah, he has a little arms that you can either like open up, close a little bit,
you can actually have them like that
degrees
and whatnot. Now you can't really move the legs, but it's actually really cool. In the American version, you would get this when you buy the Thunder Power Megazord, but in the Japanese version, it was actually separately. You had to buy them separately. It never came with the Goraijin at all. So now we have the Thunder Power Megazord. Now this is a combination of both the Zords. Now mainly much red becomes the main body, but blue becomes the little legs. Movability is just like all the other standard Zords, just the arms.
Yeah, you can move them up and down. You can also make the arms hold for the weapon mode, you can do that.
You can actually have it hold the little Navy animal, so you actually do the attack that it does with it grabs someone and throws them around and whatnot. Now to hold the power sphere in, what you gotta do is you just gotta open it up.
And then any power sphere can go inside, so you can actually leave the power sphere on the door, so you can have a display like that.
When you buy this Thunderstorm Power Megazord, you would get the little spin blade or the blade axe that you get. You also can do this mode where he just lowers the cannon and he shoots the missiles at it. Now the sad part about this is that just like the Storm Megazord, this one also has pins that can break very easily.
These chrome parts, because there's springs behind them, that's what actually keeps the legs apart. These usually break if they're not inserted correctly during manufacturing process.
Now the most easiest one is also the top little peg, the top peg here, because you have to close and open it to form the Megazord. And also the little pegs inside the little power spheres where you hold it, because
other common places where it breaks are the two pins that hold the head in position.
The most commonest one, of course, is the legs on Navy, because when you snap it, you have to snap them in together to, form the vehicle mode, and then you have to snap them out when you form the Megazord mode, because you can't have them together combined.
If this pin breaks, basically vehicle mode is ruined. You cannot actually have vehicle mode because the legs will be left open.
So now we have the Thunderstorm Megazord, aka the Goraijin Fujin. This is actually a combination of both of the Zords combined into one. Maneuverability is you can still move with the wheels, but I highly suggest you don't do that because they're really hard to do it.
You could move the arms. They're not really restrictive, although you can't move them all the way back on the left side. The transformation kind of blocks it. You can actually still store one of the power spheres in the back. You can still have access to it in the back. All you gotta do is just open up the door and put one in.
The sad part is that you can't put it in red now, in crimson red, because you're splitting it up and you can see
no way
the
to hold it in place.
I like the size of it. It's just a display piece, to be honest. A lot of the Ninja Storm line is just mainly much display, and that's about it. Now also the finisher that they use, that they pull the ripcord and this thing actually spins. When it spins, it actually connects to blue, so you can actually like, the little turns are rotating, and so is it, and there's a final attack with like just all missiles on it. Alteration-wise, there was actually a lot of changes to the Thunder Power Megazord, just like the Storm Megazord was. The most noticeable difference is the diecast was pretty much all removed, and we're losing a lot of paint. For Navy Thunder, we lose a little paint on where the claws are. The wheels, the little sides right here on both sides, the little goldish yellow, it's gone. The wheels are plastic, but inside of them, they're actually die-cast.
The Navy Antler's back paint was removed, the cockpit was left blank, the joint pins weren't painted, both chrome stoppers and front parts were changed to plastic. Now the red one has the most of the alterations. This was left gray, the two claws in the front were unpainted, all the chrome parts on the wheels are basically just plastic. All the die-cast shock absorbers are turned into regular black plastic. The cannons have all this yellow trim around the cannon base and around the edges that's been left removed, and the rear yellow strips over here removed, and the outer trim over here has been removed as well. The horn's crimson and yellow strips were removed. The cockpit windows were left blank. The Megazord head emblem was changed to plastic. The logo lost its chrome. All the die-cast joints that rotate the Megazord head was turned into plastic, weakening these parts. And the lock joints for the Thunderstorm mode were turned to plastic, weakening these as well. Mini-Zord is missing the front red squares. Its speckle pattern was removed. The die-cast shoulder blades were changed to plastic. Die-cast feet were changed to plastic, and the tips were left unpainted. Now for the blade axe, the paint that's missing on it is the mouth, and for the actual blades. The plant axe lost all paint on the handle. The power sphere speckle pattern was also lost. Finally, both Zord speckle patterns were lost.
Overall, I like the Zord. It's decent.
I like it because it's the first time Super Sentai / PR used bugs. I like the particular design.
The wheels are actually pretty nice. But I do wish that they actually had fixed Crimson's wheels, so you actually have the little turn wheels roll really well. The shock absorbers on navy blue are really well. I really like how they did it. I like the designs of these things, but it's just how badly made they were, and that pins breaking, this and that, and people losing things. People actually can lose these things. Also, the motor is actually the same thing, so you can get the American version, the Japanese version, whichever one you want. But yeah, that's it for a review of the Thunder Power Megazord. Join us next time for the Mighty Mammoth. Make, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Hey guys, that was 25.
And Archer 9234.
But episode 150 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the Thunder Power Megazord, aka the Goraijin Fujin from Nippon.
No, you said Goraijin.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
You didn't open that up yet.
Now in Japan, Kamen Rider uses Beetles a lot, and also the most noticeable one, this one looks like, is Kamen Rider Kabuto, because it was red, and also the kind of horn actually kind of gave it away. So you kind of think of it as a Kamen Rider kind of mix up.
The thing I do have to always make fun of is that in the show, in this combo, the cockpits are separated. But if you think about it, where does Tori go? She's in here. So she technically is not part of the combination at all. So whenever you see her get hit by impacts, she's not actually on the Megazord.
Oh, god damn it. What the hell? What did this guy do?
He really busted these things.
These are ruined. These pins do not lock anymore.
Yeah, same thing with this. The I think it was on the right side. You know, to open the thing, the pin is like loose.
This won't even go in. What the did this guy do? Seriously, owners, Japanese owners,
what do? Every time we buy Ninja Storm stuff, all the screws are rusted. What are you doing?
want to see how you do it.
Holy shit, I cannot get this in. Get the out. God, what the, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Another interesting thing is that the Furai Maru actually had so many alternate versions to it. If you bought the Toys R Us exclusive set with the to make the Termites and Pujin, you got a clear version of the Furai Maru. And then later on, they released special edition ones like
from Hong Kong. They had like a red one, a blue one, an orange one.
There are like so many different variants of Furai Maru, which is really interesting to see. But it's just a pain in the butt if you want to collect every single version of it.
Some come with Shinobi Metal versions, like the black version and the clear version come with special versions of the Shinobi Metals colored with him. But the other versions that are like blue, red, orange,
or the standard color one, they just came with regular Shinobi Metals, or
it didn't come with the Shinobi Metal, just had the altered balls. That's it.
And it's actually interesting.
You didn't connect it right. The thing I particularly don't like is that Ninja Storm came out a year later after Hurricane, yet Bandai America made no improvements to reinforce the pins. What we got in Japan is what we got in America 1 year later with nothing. So we still had the same unfortunate problem with everything breaking.